Samson, the Mighty Flea. Story by Angela McAllister and pictures by Nathan Reed. Samson was the big star of Fleabag's circus. He could lift a match. He could lift a pea. He could lift the lovely Amelie. And would you believe he could lift all three? "Hurrah!" cheered the crowd. "Hurrah!" "I am a big star," said Samson, the mighty flea. But Samson wasn't happy. Though he boasted full of pride, he had an empty place inside. "I need more people to amaze," he told Amelie. "It's time to show the world how strong I am. Fleabag's circus just isn't big enough for me." Amelie packed Samson's suitcase. No one saw that she tucked in something small. No one saw her tiny teardrop fall. Samson said goodbye to Fleabag's circus. "So long, my friends. I'm going to be the biggest star in the world." And off he went. The world was much, much bigger than Fleabag's circus. Samson put up his sign and started performing amazing feats of strength. He lifted a button. He lifted a stick. He lifted a stick more than twice as thick. But nobody noticed his thick stick trick. Samson didn't give up. He trained day and night. He made his act more difficult, more daring, more stop and staring. "Nobody will notice a flea with a pea," said a beetle. "Go back where you belong," said a bug. But Samson was sure he wouldn't be happy until he was the biggest star in the world. As he packed up his act, he spotted his chance. The Circus of Dreams! That's the place to find a huge audience, he thought. So off he went. Samson climbed high where everyone could see him. He showed off his mighty muscles and super strength. It was the most awesome performance of his life. Then he took a bow. And the huge crowd cheered. Three cheers! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! "I'm the biggest star! They're clapping me!" thought Samson the mighty flea. But something was wrong. Although he was almost bursting with pride, he still had an empty feeling inside. "Cheer up," said a fly. "It's always lonely at the top." Suddenly he missed his old friends. The world seemed very, very far from Fleabag's circus. He left his match, he left his pea, he left his sign for no one to see, and crept off to hide, as sad as could be. Whoops! Samson's hiding place started to bounce and shake. "Hold on tight," chuckled an old flea. "Life's a bumpy journey." Samson held on tight, but the hidden present flew out of his suitcase. A hanky stitched with love. Then he heard a familiar voice. "Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the world's strongest flea, lovely Amelie." Samson crept closer. Could it be Amelie? His Amelie? Trying to lift a pea? She swayed, she wobbled, the crowd jeered. "Boo!" "You can do it!" cried Samson. He saw it was true. She didn't give up. She raised her brave chin. She lifted her arms, so small, so thin. 1, 2, 3! She did it! Hurrah! Cheered the crowd. Hurrah! Samson gazed so proud, so amazed, he felt dizzy and dazed. He forgot about being big or small. He forgot about himself at all. Emily filled him with happiness. Welcome home, Samson, said his old friends. Are you the biggest star in the world? Samson smiled. Fleabag Circus is the world for me, he said. And its biggest star shines here for all to see. The bravest, strongest, loveliest Emily. The end.